Funny how these things work out and happen. Got some information, some news dropped by Nintendo last night, Nintendo Japan, about the 3DS and the Wii U. And potentially, it's the beginning of the end. So Nintendo Japan last night announced that the use of credit cards and debit cards and electronic money, anything that corresponds with that, for the 3DS and the Wii U will not be able to be used in January. On January 18th of next year, you will no longer be able to use credit cards, debit cards, bank cards, and the like on the Nintendo eShop for Wii U and 3DS. You still will be able to use official Nintendo eShop gift cards. So while the eShop is not ending for the 3DS and Wii U, it is going to be affected greatly for the fact that you will no longer be able to use a source of purchasing power on those platforms. So why is everybody saying it's the beginning of the end? Well, when you eliminate a way to buy on a platform like this, and history's kind of shown us that when they start making decisions about how you're able to purchase things on an eShop or on a digital platform, a recent example is the original Nintendo Wii Shop, where they started impacting how you're able to purchase things on there. It is probably going to be the beginning of the end starting in January of next year. Let's be honest here about both of those eShops. The Nintendo Switch is incredibly popular. Nintendo, of course, is all in. We're in the 5th year of the Nintendo Switch. And for like the Wii U wasn't a huge success for Nintendo by any means. So hanging on to that eShop is definitely something that they're looking at a financial standpoint of, is it even worth keeping up? And they're going to probably, and with this step here, they're probably trying to get into the consumer minds that, hey, it's time to really slow down and eventually end the service. A little bit different is the 3DS. 3DS, of course, is very popular. It's still popular, but they are no longer producing units and games for either of those. And I guess in Nintendo's mind, again, Nintendo Switch is so popular that they're probably same case where they're going to start winding down. And not many remember, but both of those platforms, both of those eShops are actually heavily connected as well. So it makes sense if you're going to end the Wii U's eShop that the 3DS is going to be impacted. Again, I just want to put it out there that they're not ending. They're not ending anytime soon, but you're definitely going to be affected, at least in Japan. Now, the rest of the world is in a different state. Nintendo of America has not made an official statement on this, at least at the time of this video. And actually, Nintendo of Europe, parts of Europe, have actually already gone and done this. You know, we don't know exactly what the future is going to bring, but at least we know that they're not closing shop yet. So what should you be doing? What should you be doing with this information? If you're a Wii U owner or a 3DS owner, maybe now it's time to start really looking at those eShop titles and start making a list of things that you really want. Now, I'm going to actually, myself on this channel, I'm going to make some videos in the future detailing good titles on the Wii U eShop to look out for, and especially the 3DS. The 3DS is massive, so that's probably going to take more than one video because that is a massive eShop, and the loss of that eShop is going to be a major blow to the gaming community. There's just so many good games on that eShop, and so many ones that were actually never released in a physical form, or especially with the state of collecting right now for video games, a lot of those eShop titles are way cheaper than their physical counterparts. We knew this. We knew that this was going to come. We knew that changes were going to happen. The Wii U has basically been end of life for the last 5 years. 3DS very recently. I still expect that to be going on for a bit longer beyond the Wii U. If there's anyone that I'd expect to close first, it's going to be the Wii U eShop. You definitely want to start looking at both of those eShops and making a list of titles that you definitely want to get in the future. So yeah, I had a different video planned for today, but considering that most people watching this have a 3DS or a Wii U or fall into both of those camps, it's definitely important to talk about this because, again, it affects how you purchase games on the eShop. And typically when that starts happening, that is kind of the beginning of the end. Anyway, if there's any more information that happens, I would definitely either make a new video or add it to the comments down below. Guys, what do you think about this news that Nintendo is going to be changing the way that you can buy stuff for the 3DS, for the Wii U? Do you think it's the end of days for both of those? Do you have any games that you definitely want people to look out for on both of those eShops? That's something of note. If you have any of those, put those down in the comments down below. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing. That definitely helps me out, helps this channel out. Also, it's the first time we have a Patreon now. I have a Patreon, and I'd like to give a shout out to the first 2 Patreon members, Sammysaurus and Spacey Griffin. Thank you for your support through Patreon. If you like what I do, and a lot of you guys are coming over from Twitch, check out the Patreon. I'll have the link in the description box down below. It starts at $1, and if you want to pledge more, you can. Every little dollar helps out, helps me to purchase equipment and stuff to review for this channel. Guys, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I will catch you next time.